So I just wanted to have just kind of share my experience of how I've been using Post Haste, which is a really great organizational tool that is from the Digital Rebellion guys. It's free for Mac, free for PC, really useful and really great for organizing your projects. I use this in the context of video post-production. And in particular, I use Avid editing systems, and I wanted to kind of show how I use my folder structures. And again, there's no right or wrong way for this. I'm not saying that I've got the most perfect workflow, but let me just show you how I use it. So opening it up, we can see we land on this kind of relatively straightforward interface here. And this is kind of how once you've kind of built your templates, which is the folder structure you want to use. But let me just look at the templates section for you. So at the top here, you can probably see it or not, but there's a little star against this particular one. This is my default one. This is my productions template. So this is a structure that works for me. It may well work differently for everybody else, but that's up to you. That's the whole idea. That's a great thing about this application. It's very flexible in what it can offer. So I've just got production notes, so I've got my scripts, my call sheets, continuity and contact sheets inside here. I've got another folder with editing notes inside here, which are things like my rushes notes, my DIT reports, sound reports, blah blah blah, anything that you want to do. Then I've got my sound sections down here, which is to do with mixes in and out, so when I'm passing mixes in and out by AAFs, what it needs to be, my voiceover raw records possibly inside here as well, and any sound effects that I want to put in here. And then have music. I just follow where I throw my music in, and then I also have a little clearing sheet in a spreadsheet. Avid project backups. This is where I'm going to put all my Avid projects backups and some extras. And then I just have these little kind of outlines for workflow and a production overall notes, as it were. I've also got another one here, which is my simple doco. So this is a very cut down simple doco functions. This is the one I tend to use though. This is my documentary templates, and again, this is something that I've come up with myself. It's not necessarily the same that everybody else would use. I'm sure you go, oh, why has he not put this in here, and why has he not put a clearance sheet or who knows what. But yeah, these are all my my basic forms. Now if you want to make a new template, it's very straightforward. I just hit the add button down here underneath the templates function, okay, and I'm going to call this Andy, for example, okay. And once we've got the Andy project going, or template, I can then start adding on this side here the actual items I want to put in. So if I want to add in a folder, I can call it one, say rushes. I can add in another folder as well. There is say script. I can keep on going as much as I want. I can embed folders inside folders. So for example, I'm going to call this one clearing. Okay, but if my clearing needs to go in, say, with the rushes, it can go inside there, and I can drag them out as well. So you can order this exactly how you want. If you also notice here, depending on what version you're running, we can obviously add in Adobe After Effects projects, as it were, and the list kind of goes on. There's Premiere Pro projects as well. What you probably can't see because it's off the bottom of the screen at the moment is there is an option as well for things like rich text documents and spreadsheets and other things like that. However, I don't tend to use blank ones. What I want to make sure is that when I'm creative, if I go back over to one of my functions here, my documentary, if you notice, I've got my things like production outline sheets and my rushes sheets, or my raw workflows, anything like this. I want some content in there already. So if it's a spreadsheet, I want the headings in there that I can then overwrite and things like that. So let me just show you what I do to make sure that I'm creating another version of a blank document that actually has some context in it. So whenever the actual Post Haste creates this particular template, it places it inside my document. So if I go inside here and I just right click, say show in Explorer, inside here you'll see inside my templates I've got all my different templates. These ones at the bottom down here, these are not the untitled one, but these ones down here, these are the defaults in effect that the Post Haste guys give you. You get a web design, a visual effects, a video editing, which again is more orientated for Adobe, but that's fine, no problems at all with that. and you also get the motion graphics as well. But what I want to show is that under my my doco templates here files, these are the folder structures that I've been creating. If you notice, if I go into my music section, in fact not music, let's go and look at my camera rushes. So I've got here called master rushes information. Okay, I've just got a very simple spreadsheet. And as you can see here inside the spreadsheet, I've already got my kind of headings here: the bin, the name, the creation date, the project it's on. I need to fill in obviously durations, tracks, where it's been backed up, and some notes. So it's kind of a very basic sheet there for you. But obviously this is important that I want all these headings. I don't want to have to make this from scratch every single time. So what I do is at the desktop level, I will create these folders and I will just drop them inside my template. Okay, so you know, things like my my raw rushes workflow, which is a little text document. I've got some other things as well here, maybe around say production notes, I don't know, what's the name? Contact sheet, for example. That also has all my kind of contacts in there, so my name, the role they are, their phone number, their email, and any notes I need to put against them. That can go in there as well. So you know, I just drop these in at this level. So this is in my my doco template. So let me just show you what that means in the long term for me. So obviously once you created your formats, that's fine, or your templates. Once you create your templates, then obviously we can kind of ignore this, and I'm kind of relatively happy with what I do. I am going to choose the documentary template. Now at this point here, there are some not mandatory fields. Well, they can be made mandatory, actually. You can force people to enter them, but there are some fields that you want to put in. So you, for example, put in the client. So the client is going to be me, for example, and the project is called the best edit, and the user is me. Now you notice here, as I'm changing this information is going is being placed inside the actual full path name. So this is the folder structure that's going to be made for it. So I'm going to call it client is going to be I don't know, ITV, for example. So it's going to be ITV, and go down there, look, ITV, the best edit, user editor. Now if I don't want the editor to be in there, there is an option inside my edit preferences, and the preferences allow me then to go into my parameters, and you see I've got the user. So if you slide across here, it says using the path. No, I don't want to use the user of the path. So this username now should not appear in the path. So it's now just ITV, the best edit, and then a date on the end. So even though these items are in here, you may not want them to appear in the overall path. You can change it again with the preferences. You can even import or export these. These are held in an XML format, and obviously I can import and export them as well. And I can order these where I want them to be. You know, do I want maybe the users to be down here rather than up there, or dates, and who knows. So I can reorder these however I want them to be. So once I've gone through this, I've selected the template, I've entered in the information that I want to do. I can just say, okay, create with a project. It says, where do you want to put it? I'm just going to put it to the desktop. And inside here, and it also opens it for me as well. That's an option, I can turn it on and off. But you can now see inside here, that's my ITV, the best edit. There is production notes, my contact sheets in there, and it should well be preserved. I hope it will be. And it is indeed. So this is obviously just a very rough kind of outline, but I just wanted to share with you how I use this and how easy it is to use. And once you've set it up and configured your templates the first time around, it's very simple to regurgitate those particular folder structures you think are ideal for your workflows or your particular project. I really do recommend that you go and download it and start using it today. It's free. What's holding you back?